sitting at number 1 right now. 4 years, making about $30 million per year. Devontae Adams now with the Raiders behind him, 5 years, $28 million average annual value. All right, so let's welcome on our quarterbacks, Brady, Quinn, Danny, Kanell. Let's start with the Tyreek Hill news. We talked to a lot of people. We get you guys on set now. Brady, the word you used before we came on air was surprising.
Yeah, I did not see this coming. And I think I look at it from the quarterback's perspective, and I wonder what Patrick Mahomes is thinking right now. I mean, if I'm Patrick, and given the connection I have, given how special the talent is of Tyreek Hill and his speed, I'd be saying, hey, restructure my deal. Like, help me figure out a way of getting more money, more room for him within our salary cap to make this work so he stays. I know you might feel good about some of the younger players there, Mecole Hardman in particular, who I think might slide in or take over that role in the meantime, but this is a huge loss for a guy that, again, it took hours. I mean, literally hours, and you had 2 other teams in a bidding war in the same division, one in the Dolphins who gave up 5 picks, including a first-rounder for him. So I'm just wondering if there's more to this story. Was there something going on behind the scenes that we didn't hear about, and maybe it was just enough and they're ready to move on? It's a bit surprising considering the talent that he possesses.
It definitely, we're seeing what's happening, does ask a lot of questions like you're bringing up. Like, was Mahomes consulted on this? Did he have a say in this decision? Because Tyreek Hill, you can make an argument, maybe he's not the best, most complete wide receiver in the NFL, but the way he impacts defenses with his speed, which is unlike any other receiver in the NFL. There are some guys that are fast. He is game-changing. So I think not only does it impact Patrick Mahomes, it impacts his Travis Kelce. When you think about the way he stretches safeties and getting wide and having to respect his speed on the outside, I think it impacts Andy Reid from a play-calling perspective. And you said the quarterback angle, though? How about what Tua's got to be thinking now?
Because, yeah, of course.
I mean, he's got to be so excited, but at the same time, there is very clear narrative right now. No more excuses. Like, this is your year, Tua, to either make or break your future as the franchise quarterback of the Miami Dolphins. And Mike McDaniel, I go back, I can picture it when he's on the airplane and he's talking to Tua in FaceTime, and he's like, we're going to give you every opportunity to succeed. And they are building around him. Offensive line, Mike Gesicki tagging him. Now you got one of the best, most difference-making receivers out there. Now it's all on Tua.
They probably have the fastest skill of any team in the NFL. I mean, both Hill and Jalen Waddle, who might be the closest thing to Tyreek Hill in the league, is a 4-3 guy as well. Gesicki's like a 4-5 guy. Mostert was a 4-3 guy in the backfield. They just added Edmonds. I know he's a 4-5, plays faster than that. So they've got all the speed they need. This is a make-or-break year for him. And here's the good thing is, even if it doesn't work out for Tua there, it's good for the next quarterback, because whatever other quarterback is looking around the league going, where would I like to go? If this doesn't work out for Tua and they're not getting one in the draft, you're going to find a veteran who wants to go there. I want to go back to the KC thing for a second, though, because if you look at that division, the AFC West has been the story of this entire NFL offseason. And it's the way everyone else is loading up around them, whether it's the edge rushers and what the Chargers have done, or the Raiders and then the wide receivers and them getting Adams. They're loading up on offense. They're loading up in the secondary and the edge rushers. And then you've got KC that's really not. I mean, there's no disrespect to Juju Smith-Schuster, but he's going to be a compliment to what they have. He's not going to replace Tyreek Hill in any way. And Justin Reed's a safety. He's not a corner. He's not an edge rusher like they really need. And I look at this and I go, all right, everyone else is zigging. Are the Chiefs zagging here, where they're looking at it going, well, everyone else is loading up out around us. We don't want to be in salary cap hell. So we're going to accumulate 5 draft picks in exchange for this player that we feel like, look, we didn't know if we could work out a deal. So we're going to get 5 draft picks in exchange for him, rely on our front office, and not rebuild, but reload with a younger group that they're able to identify and get to a point where they're not feeling the salary cap pressure like the 3 other teams in this division might be a year or 2 from now.
Don't you think it's the ultimate trust in Patrick Mahomes? Saying as long as we got our quarterback, and Andrew Reid to some extent, we can build around him with just, whoever we draft, put some, role player. Because Juju Smith-Schuster, 1-year deal, very incentive-laden. Yeah. He's a good receiver, but it's not anywhere close to Tyreek Hill. So
here's this opportunity, by the way.
Absolutely.
When he signed that deal, I was thinking to myself, all right, he wants to be a part of a Super Bowl winning team. You sign this deal, and maybe he plays a complimentary piece. Now there it is for him. I mean, everything's out there for him to actually earn everything that's in that contract, and then we'll see what's on the other side of it.
So let me ask you this, Danny, because you brought up, is everybody, what did you say, zigs? The Chiefs are zagging. And are you worried about the Chiefs without Tyreek Hill?
No, because of Patrick Mahomes, and they still have Kelsey, and they still have some weapons around him, and they do have an offensive innovator who, again, this kind of, it all plays into Tyreek Hill. I'm curious to know if Mike McDaniel is going to utilize Tyreek Hill the way Andy Reid did. I think some of the formations and motions that he used with Tyreek Hill, always putting him in good situations. But I think this is similar to what we've seen Aaron Rodgers kind of complain about is, hey, where are all these weapons around me? And yet they were still able to win for a long time because they had one of the best quarterbacks in the league. But this is also, I mean, Patrick Mahomes was paid $450 million. It was a long-term deal. And so this is probably part of the ramifications of having to take care and ensure that Patrick Mahomes was going to be your quarterback for the next decade.
That's what's surprising to me, though. When he signed that deal, I looked at him like the mortgage company. And the Kansas City Chiefs, because he made so much, they come and they go, hey, Patrick, we want to refinance our mortgage with you. We're going to pay you a little bit more up front here, but we're going to create some more salary cap space to build out around you. That's how I viewed this. And that's why, again, it's so surprising to me that you're not seeing Patrick Mahomes go, hold on a second. If this is Joe Montana, Jerry Rice, Joe Montana's not letting Jerry Rice get out the door in a trade. He's going to say, okay, let's figure this out with all parties involved. So, again, that's the surprising part. But I keep kind of going back to just how this league has seen teams win of late. Look at the Rams. They went all in. They brought in veterans. They paid them. And I think that's really what's benefiting most teams right now. No different than Tampa Bay and Tom Brady 2 years ago. Like the teams that are taking those risks, that are spending money, they're seeing the fruits of all that. And this isn't that move for Kansas City. And so I really am curious. Like when you ask the question, like, am I worried? Yeah, I'm worried. Because as much as we want to act like, well, Tyreek Hill's receiver, we can replace that. No, you can't. Not that speed.
It's Tyreek Hill.
Like that's a different speed. And again, we don't know all what happened behind the scenes, but that's a different element. That's a different speed that he adds to the game. And Danny mentioned it. He changes the way everyone plays them because of that speed. And it's going to be more difficult for Patrick Mahomes moving forward.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.